What's up everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. During the last part, we had a pretty shocking reveal at the end. Well, besides the fact that Broly was fighting Majin Vegeta and unlocked a new power, somebody else got a new power too, Gohan. In a desperate battle against Broly once he lost control again, Gohan was able to tap into his rage, finally transforming, unleashing the beast form, or final Gohan, whatever you want to call it. I know some people don't like the name. But whatever you want to call it, the point is, Gohan has the form, and we're going to see how that battle goes in this part, as well as some more. For this video, let's set a like goal of 2,500 likes. Once we hit that, I'll continue with another part of the story. Anyways, let's pick it from here. Gohan stares down Broly. Broly charges in. Gohan vanishes. And Broly's left confused. He's not fighting the same person he was before. Not that he's even really conscious right now, his anger's controlling him. There's a trail of flames leading from where Gohan was before. He tried to sidestep out of the way, but he flew far away. So fast that his movement alone created a shockwave. Goku's unconscious nearby, but Vegeta's watching. From far away too, just so he doesn't get involved. He's able to grab Goku and get him out of there. What is this strength? Gohan doesn't even know his own power, or his speed. Whenever Gohan tries to maneuver at all, he moves so fast that it even shocks him. But after a few seconds go by, he's able to kinda get the hang of the movement. Now it's time to try that power out. Broly turns around, charging at Gohan again. He delivers a powerful punch, but Gohan's able to block it, actually with one hand. Surprisingly, he seems to be matching Broly in power. Broly tries punching as much as he can, but Gohan's able to block everything. The entire area is shaking from the punches. And out of anger, Broly jumps back, powering up again with his aura flaring up. Gohan does the same. The two begin charging. Their auras dueling with each other. Vegeta even has to kind of shield his eyes from it. It's so blinding. Slowly, Goku wakes up, barely able to stand. He asks Vegeta what's going on, and he just tells Goku to take a look for himself. Goku weakly chuckles. He knew Gohan had that power within him, as well as Broly too. Broly just needs to learn to control that. But Gohan? He has control over his, it seems. Well, partially. He still needs to learn the strength of this form, but he's conscious at least, unlike Broly. Gohan looks over to where the other two are, glad to see that Goku's okay. Relatively. He was still beaten pretty badly, but that at least puts his mind at ease. He calms himself a bit. His aura grows smaller and smaller, condensing within him. He collects this power and channels it. He feels a bit confident. Maybe he could beat Broly here and now, but that's not what he wants. He needs to keep this battle going until Broly can control that strength. Although, no matter what happens, they still can't really get through to Broly. Gohan is able to kind of subdue him, and the explosive battle continues, but at some point, Broly does regain control. Although, once he does, his hair turns from green to yellow again. He looks completely bewildered, and then he realizes what he's doing. Quickly he jumps back and powers down, looking at Gohan. He doesn't know what form Gohan's in, and he doesn't even really know what just happened. But this is a start. Gohan catches Broly up to speed. He wasn't able to control that other power that he had, but he was able to de-transform at least. So, that's a start. He can go into that full power form, but he can't control it. Although, he can control when he transforms out of it, so that's something. This isn't the end of the training though. Gohan was glad to have that battle because it did help him as well, and the two continue this. He tells Broly, utilize that power again, and reluctantly, Broly powers up. Stronger than before. The two are about to clash once more, but before their fists can connect, somebody appears between the two of them. And they don't pull the punch at all because this person appears so quickly. And they only realize at the last moment because this person, with one finger on each side, he blocks both their punches. Vegeta's stomach drops. He immediately can tell who this is, and he tells Goku, that's Lord Beerus. Beerus rubs his eyes, still a little bit tired, and also a bit annoyed because whatever this fight was, it woke him up. He was having a good dream about some sort of Super Saiyan god or whatever. He came here to just destroy whoever woke him up. But he is impressed by their power. And as he looks closer to the two of them, as well as the other two that are standing watching, a quick realization hits him. These are Saiyans. I mean, he sees Vegeta after all, and the other three look like Saiyans. This wakes him up immediately. His eyes widen. He looks over at Gohan and at Broly. He doesn't sense any godly power within them, but that strength. They can't be Super Saiyan gods, can they? This has to be something else. Gohan is still completely bewildered, but Broly just lunges in towards Beerus, not even thinking. Gohan warns him to get out of the way, but then Vegeta butts in, telling Gohan that Beerus definitely has this under control. He doesn't know who Lord Beerus is or how powerful he is. Without effort, Beerus dodges all of Broly's attacks, and he could tell, this guy's berserk, so he's not going to be that fun to fight. He disappears out of sight from Broly, and with a single flick to the back of Broly's head, he's knocked down to the ground unconscious, de-transforming as well. Beerus commends him for its strength, but if he has to fight this guy the entire time, they're not going to get down to any business here. His eyes are set on Gohan now. That guy actually seems like he has control. He slowly walks up towards Gohan, and Gohan's taken aback. Even with this new power he just unlocked, this guy with one flick, he just completely embarrassed Broly. And Beerus tells Gohan, don't worry, he has no need to knock him out here and now. although he was surprised that he had to use a little bit more power than he expected against Broly. Just a little bit. Beerus does want to ask Gohan to fight, but more so he's interested in the Super Saiyan God. So he asks about that, and Gohan says he has no idea what that is. So, just as Beerus suspected, those forms aren't related at all. Gohan powers down, going over to Broly picking him up. Vegeta flies over carrying Goku, and Beerus chuckles, somebody he recognizes. They all begin discussing. Beerus has obviously woken up much earlier than he normally did, and this is definitely going to have some consequences later on. While he's on Earth, he does get to try out some of the great food, and Shenron is summoned and they learn about the ritual. This is all basically within the same hour that they just had that fight. But who will get the ritual done on them? Beerus really wants Gohan to do it because he seems the strongest here and he actually had control over his power. But Gohan's not really too sure. He doesn't want to have to learn another form right after this, because what if it's so strong that he can't control it? And if he does get a new power, what if that affects this form that he just got? He'd rather work on the beast form. He'll become a Super Saiyan God later on, but for now, it's going to be someone else. He recommends Goku get it, and as much as Vegeta would like to be the one to have the ritual done on him, he does agree. The ritual is done on Goku, and they actually have enough Saiyans here. They have Gohan, Goten, Trunks, Broly, and Vegeta in the ritual, performing it on Goku. And while Beerus is pleased with the Super Saiyan God, he's still more interested in Gohan and Broly. He could tell, if they get godly powers, they can get much stronger than this. Yeah, Super Saiyan God's great for Goku, but for these two, that's what he really wants to see. And he tries to bargain with them, asking if they can come to the planet with him. Broly and Goku do, and Vegeta's able to wiggle in too, but Gohan really wants to stay here on Earth. But he promises Beerus, he'll get stronger than Beerus could ever hope for. He doesn't need that God power either. He's going to work on this form. He could tell, the power within it, the latent potential, it's so potent that it's going to surpass any other forms that anyone else can get. And sure, Godly Ki would be a nice buff, but he doesn't want to do that until he's 100% familiar with this new form that he has. And Beerus can understand it. He's excited too, telling Gohan that he better hold up his end of the deal. And as for Broly, they'll get Broly to control that power and then perform the ritual on him, or get him a Super Saiyan God in whatever way possible. So even though Goku's the Super Saiyan God, Beerus is more intrigued by those other two. Some time passes. Let's say they had an extra year or so. There hasn't been any threats since Boo, and they had that extra time on Beerus' planet. Gohan's continued training with his beast form on Earth, growing much stronger. He already did have control, but now his control's even better. He has complete mastery over it, mastery over his anger. Of course, by now too, Goku would have found Super Saiyan Blue, and Vegeta's probably there as well. Broly has made some progress, controlling his full power. Being around Goku really did help. I mean, Beerus and Whis were there, and Whis was kind of helpful, but yeah, Beerus and Vegeta just kind of stood there. They weren't really the best for helping to train that power, but Whis and Goku, they definitely helped. And now that he has control over this power, well, what's next? He does have some godly ki within him, because he's just been here for so long and has been training with literal gods. But now they're kind of concerned. What if he gets Super Saiyan God and ends up going berserk? That would be bad news. Well, Beerus is excited for it. He'll be able to stop Broly no matter how strong he is. But Goku warns Beerus, they don't know how strong Broly can get. Imagine him with God Ki. They saw how much stronger Goku and Vegeta got, so imagine him with that. So maybe it's best for him to try and get the form naturally rather than doing the ritual and just giving it to him, because if so, who knows how badly that could turn out. And while Beerus' life might not be at risk, Goku and Vegeta's definitely are. Beerus didn't really consider that. Yeah, he doesn't want to lose the other two Super Saiyan gods, so yeah, okay, he agrees with Goku. Things remain pretty good on Beerus' planet, and at some point on Earth, Frieza is going to be revived, although that's not really going to be too much of an issue. Gohan's in the middle of training with Piccolo, and once they see the Dragon Balls being used, Gohan's not too concerned. Well, he is at first, but then he realizes, any threat that comes their way, even though it's already too late to stop it, they'll stop it in the future once it actually arrives on Earth, whatever it is. They don't know who made a wish or what the wish was, but either way, they'll be fine. And eventually they do find out once the Frieza Force arrives on Earth. And when the Frieza Force arrives, it's just Gohan there, nobody else. The Frieza Force tries to attack him all at once, and he simply powers up. They all fall unconscious. Like, he knew they were weak, but he only really powered up into Super Saiyan. And seeing this pisses Frieza off. He steps off the ship. So, there's another Super Saiyan now. That brat. He's the son of that other Saiyan that he saw a while ago. But that makes no sense. Did that other guy get Super Saiyan as well? All he remembers is Broly, and he barely remembers that because it happened so quickly. And Broly's Super Saiyan form was so much different than this. He has no clue what's going on. This is a much different Super Saiyan than the one he saw before. He actually looks like he has control over his strength, but it's still terrifying. To see another Super Saiyan after so long, that implies maybe there was more. Maybe Broly has control over his power too. Where is Broly actually? That's what he came here for. Gohan tells Frieza to stop complaining. He shouldn't be here, and Gohan gives him a chance to leave. Frieza laughs at this. What, does Gohan think that he could beat Frieza? Even if he's a Super Saiyan? So what? Frieza's gotten so much stronger since the last time they met. and Gohan says this isn't his full power, not even close. He powers up while in Super Saiyan, showing off the full strength of this form. He launches over towards Frieza, and in a quick second, Frieza transforms into his final form, barely being able to block the attack. And still, it hurts him. Okay, maybe he's underestimating Gohan. Fine, there's no point in holding it back then. Immediately after this, he goes into his golden form. And Gohan's a bit surprised by this, but he's not worried at all. Frieza tells him that this is more than enough to defeat his Super Saiyan. Even if Gohan was stronger than his final form, he's not stronger than this. But Gohan reminds Frieza, this wasn't even close to his full power. Gohan's eyes glow red, and sparks of red electricity surround him. Frieza flinches for a bit. He can tell Gohan's about to transform again, and he can't let that happen. He's surrounded by a brilliant golden aura, and at immense speeds, he launches towards Gohan. But Gohan catches the fist, and Frieza could feel it being crushed. He tries to free himself from Gohan's grasp, but he can't, and he watches close up. Gohan looks Frieza right in the eye, as his hair spikes up considerably and grows in length. The flash of light is blinding for Frieza, and what's left is Gohan there, now in his beast form. Frieza tries to fly backwards, even trying to hit Gohan with attacks point blank, but they do nothing. Gohan simply launches Frieza down into the ground. Frieza gets up, looking around, and he can't find Gohan anywhere. But he hears Gohan's voice. He's moving too fast for Frieza to see. He told Frieza, he gave him a chance to leave, but he can't let Frieza put Earth at risk, especially with his friends and family here. And this annoys Frieza beyond belief. To think, he's losing to this person that he didn't even know before. He wasn't here for Gohan, he didn't even care about Gohan. Out of anger, he yells at Gohan, telling him to not make a mockery of the Emperor. He lifts a hand up in the air, quickly charging an attack. He's about to launch it right at Earth, but once again his arm is grabbed, completely broken. Gohan simply looks up at the blast, and with a blink of his eye, he makes it dissipate. He does have to say, Frieza is noticeably stronger than before, and that's more of a reason to just get rid of him right now while he can. Still holding onto Frieza's arm, he swings him up into the sky. Frieza's launched into the atmosphere, and Gohan moves quickly enough to meet him up there. Charging a Masenko quickly, he finishes off Frieza, far away from Earth just so he doesn't damage anything. He knows his own power by now, and if he performed that attack anywhere near the surface of Earth, it could have definitely been catastrophic even with his ki control. This just ensures that he can completely eradicate Frieza, which he does. Back on Beerus' planet, everyone is watching through Whis' staff. They knew Gohan had this handled, but they were glad to see it. And Whis notes, Frieza was pretty strong. Of course, not as strong as a Super Saiyan Blue, but still, very powerful regardless. Maybe their Super Saiyan God forms would have been pretty even. With how strong they were now, not to mention the extra training they have compared to the normal story, they would have definitely been able to handle Frieza. But it's worth noting because it shows Gohan's power, and Beerus is really intrigued. Gohan has grown stronger, he's living up to that promise, and this is all without godly ki. Goku and Broly are very glad to see it as well, and it gets Broly thinking. He really needs to access that godly power. It's so frustrating that he can't control his strength properly compared to everybody else. It seems like whenever he grows stronger, something happens that affects it in a negative way. But he knows what he needs to do. The godly forms that they've been practicing with, those are pretty calm. They're just inherently about being calm. So maybe that's the perfect thing for Broly. If he tries to tap into that power, he shouldn't be afraid of it. If anything, he should welcome it. This will be the next step in his evolution. Gohan was able to control his rage, and Broly will be able to do so in a different way. They've trained for this for so long, and have been able to control it before, but it's just that whenever they get stronger, it just gets harder to control, specifically for Broly. But he's motivated. He has been already, being on this planet and all. But seeing Gohan's performance, he's reinvigorated, and he tells Goku and Vegeta, now's the time. Now's the time for him to try to utilize that godly power and transform. They ask if he's sure, and Broly definitely is. Beerus grins. Well, those Saiyans know the risk, and he'll be able to stop Broly, but he can't guarantee that he can keep them safe. Of course, he will, he's just joking around, but still. They know what they're getting into, and he says not to blame him if anything goes wrong. Now the real fun begins. Broly's about to ascend into godhood, and this is where we'll leave off for now. So, what do you guys think about this part? What do you think's gonna happen next time with Gohan and Broly, as well as Goku and Vegeta? Leave your thoughts and suggestions in the comments below. I'll be sure to check them out to see what you guys think. As always, if you liked the video, be sure to drop a like, and let's try to hit that like goal from the beginning of the video so we can get another part of the story. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe, as well as hitting the bell icon so you're notified about any future uploads on my channel, including more parts of the series or anything else like it. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.